Aloha. It is April 14th, and we have another Google Rocks show and tell show tonight with discoveries at the end. And we have with us Shane Asselstine, and he will tell us a little bit about himself. And also Anne, she will tell us a little bit about herself. Shane, could you tell us about yourself?
Sure. My name is Shane Asselstine. I'm the Curriculum and Technology Coordinator at Mumilani Elementary.
Anne?
I'm Anne. I'm the librarian at Kalani High School.
And I forgot to tell people who I am. I'm Linda Lindsay. I'm the Seabury Hall librarian for many years. And we've been doing Google Rocks for a little over or around 2 years now and enjoying it. We have people that drop in and drop out for panelists. So we're happy to have Shane and Anne today. No telling who's going to be on next week. Hopefully Shane and Anne and maybe more people. We're definitely looking for more people who want to share. So we actually were getting ready so much we didn't decide who was going to go first. So who would like to go first with the Google? I know, Anne, you have a discovery, right? So you'll go toward the end. Shane, I'm putting you first. How's that sound? We'll go. Yeah, we have. Actually, should I spill the beans? We have everything Google today, except for Anne's. So we'll have two Google shares, two and three discoveries, and two of those discoveries are Google. So definitely Google centric today. Shane will start it off.
All right. So I will. It's kind of interesting because what I'm going to share may or may not show up in your Google, which is kind of hard to say that everybody will get to see this, but it will be there eventually because I'm guessing they're rolling it out differently. So some people will have the actual Google Photos. For Google Photos, what I'm going to share. And some people will actually have the icon there, and it says coming soon. Some won't have the icon there, and Linda has the coming soon.
Yes,
and just last week, actually just as of Saturday, mine is fully opened up now, which is kind of cool because I'm looking at it and I'm thinking it was great because I've got pictures all over my drives and a nice way for them to help me organize these. So I'm going to screen share this so you guys can take a look. Please don't worry about my pictures. These were pictures I took this weekend. So so right here, you will notice down here, can I zoom into this? Let's see. Oops, wrong website. Let's click here. I'll zoom in. So if you notice down here, there's a Google Photos. If you don't have it, well, I'm sorry, it's coming soon. If you do have it, click on it and see if it either has pictures of it in there or it'll say coming soon. So if I zoom out, what it's done is it has organized my photos into earlier this month. Scroll further down. These are my kids sleeping. And then it'll say later this last year, older. So it's basically kind of organize them into chronological order. Now what it is doing is it's sharing between Google Plus and my Google Drive. Over here you will see I actually have a Google Photos folder and it's sorted into 2013, 2014 based on when the picture date was taken, I'm guessing is what it's doing, or with the date I put it up there. So yeah, so these are pictures I just took just this last weekend. Went to a vintage store and well, look what Michael Jordan Wheaties box was on the shelf. I was like, wow, I gotta take a picture of that. Yeah. My aunt and uncle are from California, so we took pictures on the beach. But yes, go ahead.
So where did these pictures come from? You took them from your phone?
Yeah, actually I took them from my phone, and when I sync my phone now to my Google Drive, I have the Google Drive app on my phone, and I tell my phone, I have a Samsung, obviously, not obviously, but I have a Samsung. You can do this on your iPhones as well, as I've done it with some people at work and showed them how to do it. I've actually taken pictures of student work and had it synced to my drive and then pulled it up on the big screen so we can actually help them edit the work, which is really cool. I mean, the kids really love to see that. 1 second I'm taking a picture of their work, next thing you know, it's up on the big screen and we're editing. So yeah, so I'd sync it. I tell it not to sync unless I'm charging and I'm on a Wi-Fi, just to save my data plan, that kind of stuff. So little tips there you can do. But it's great because my wife just recently had her SD card go bad in her phone. And pretty much we lost all the pictures that were on there because she hadn't been syncing it. So now I made sure that her phone is syncing to her drive as well. So, yeah, so that's one of the things I was pretty surprised about because I've been clicking on it forever and it just said coming soon, and all of a sudden I clicked on it and all these pictures were here. Like, wow, check that out.
Now,
So,
did you have it set up on your phone in readiness for it, or did it just automatically do that?
prior to this Google Plus, Google Photos, I actually just had it in a folder and I was just dumping it into this one, which was called Phone Files, and I was just dumping it in here. But now it syncs it to my actual Google Photos. I guess Google's taking over that functionality. So
Neat.
yeah, so that's my initial share.
Very cool. Okay, I have a share as well. That is pretty neat. I can hardly wait. I'll have to announce it to you, Shane, when it comes. I finally got it.
Yeah.
Maybe you can help me out because I'm not that great with in between devices. I have an iPhone, and then I don't want to do anything automatic. I started to do that. Oh yeah, we'll pour everything in, which I guess you can do now because Google Drive is unlimited, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about that. So
I did put a link in the show notes for the help page for the Google Photos. Once everybody gets it, they can go there and take a look.
Okay, good, because I definitely will need it. Okay, so my share has to do with a Chrome extension. Surprise, surprise. I love Chrome extensions. And this one, what I'm actually in the process of doing a tutorial. So this is like the rough draft. I did a little screencast, and the reason I did that is because as you can see up here, these are where the Chrome extensions reside, and it doesn't show on a Hangout. The only thing that shows on a Hangout is the screen. So I pretty much had to do a screencast in order to show you how it works. So that's where the Chrome extensions reside, and I'm going to be talking about this little clipboard thing. I know you can't see it very well, and it is going to be a video, and I'm going to try to talk over it, so it'll be kind of interesting, but I think I will pause it if necessary. So to get to any kind of extension, you can go to the search the Chrome Web Store, and I've set it up here so that I can search right in my Omnibar, and to do that you can do a control click for a Mac or right click right in that Omnibar to edit your search engine. So I've edited so that when I type in CWS, it'll automatically search the Chrome Web Store, and so I did a search on permanent clipboard. And here it comes up, permanent clipboard, and you can see that I've already installed it here because it says added. And so if I click on it, you will actually see what it's all about. And if you notice, there's only 3,600 users, which is not a whole lot, which I'm very surprised about because I use this all the time. For a little task, but a very important task. We'll show you that. Okay, so if I click on the permanent clipboard there, you will see all of the different items that I've put on, the entries that I do a lot of repeats. I like to use hearts in my tweets, for instance. I like to use stars. This is a nice little bird that looks like he's happy. So lots of different kinds of icons, which is I use that a lot. And then I have a couple of templates. I do writing sample grading and also annotated bibliography grading. So I have all of these, about 10 of them set up. Just very quick shortcuts. And so, let's see. Little pause. Okay, you can also let's go back there. You can also, I will show you a way of copying and pasting it. But once you have this installed, you can highlight any text on your web page or a document on Chrome, and you can insert it directly from here. So just know that that's a shortcut for a shortcut. And what I'll show you now is how it works for tweet. So here I have my tweet. Actually tweeted this earlier today, and what I did was I clicked on the heart in the clipboard and pasted it in. Go back again. Of course, I wouldn't do this, you know, all of these. I clicked on the little bird that's happy, paste him in there. There he is, very quick. And again, overkill, but just to show you, chose the musical notes at the bottom, pasted it in there, and now I have all of these nice little icons to use, and I've added GAFE, GAFE, Google Apps for Education, because I want people to know, you know, people are looking for Google Apps kinds of things, can find it, hashtag. Okay, it's also good for comments. That's what I use it for. And I'll probably ask you, Shane and Anne, what you might use it for, things that you do repeat, so, you know, a lot that might be useful to you. But for me, I like to use it for tweets and for comments. So how that would work is you would highlight what you want to comment on. Again, go to the permanent clipboard. I'm choosing the annotated bibliography template, and I'm pasting it in there. So this particular comment I use as a the grading comment. So I will have graded the entire document with different kinds of comments, but this is the final one for the student to know, you know, how were the quality of sources. I have like a grading system, very short and sweet. So I kind of like that personalized kind of comment. So very easy. And so the way you would add it to the clipboard, say I wanted to add that musical note here, would highlight it, go to the clipboard, click on it once, add a new entry, and I'm just going to paste it both in, both for the description and the comment, and there you have it. You can actually have the description a little longer if you like, but I just used the musical notes because that's a nice description. So here I'll go here again to use that musical notes, click on it once, and there you paste it in. So very, very nice, easy way to do little, you know, adding on little embellishments. I like that bird a lot, so what I did was here, show him, pasting him in and making him a little bigger, and there you go. I'm really surprised that there aren't that many people using it. I don't know if it's new. I don't think it's that new. So what do you think you would use that for? If you had, are there lots of things that you do repetitively that permanent clipboard might work for you? Anybody?
Oh, definitely like the comments, because actually that was something brought up recently. Actually, when we were talking about, I'm in the midst of right now creating the writing process, our writing process through Google Docs, and then to distribute it through our Google Classroom with one of our teachers as a guinea pig. But one of our comments was exactly that. What if I have to make comments, and the same comment, like check your spelling over and over again on a student's work, or, you know, this is a run-on sentence, things like that. That would be perfect. I mean, that would be kind of thing where I could show her that kind of stuff.
Definitely. I would think maybe a little longer comments, for instance, because you could almost type the word in the time it takes for you to go up.
Right.
You know, so maybe something that's a couple sentences long, I think, would be worth it.
Is there a limit?
Put on there.
To the
there is no limit. There is no limit. I tried. Well, within reason. I didn't do, you know, like pages and pages.
Right.
But I never got to the point where there was a limit, and I did try some code. It does work. You just have to make sure your code works before you put it in there, because one of the disadvantages of permanent clipboard is it doesn't, you can't edit it. So you can do all your editing, say in Google Doc, and say, okay, this is what I want for it to be, and then do it. And then if it's not, just go ahead and start over again. The other thing is you can't sort those. What if I wanted to have the heart after the star or something like that? You can't edit. So those two disadvantages. But I use it every day. I'm the type that I like the smiley face and such. So, but I think with the comments, it would definitely be useful for teachers. And and the advantage is that you're in Chrome. You don't have to go, have another window open or whatever. Okay, that was my share for Google. So, Anne, you want to do your discovery?
Okay, let me see now. So I go here, I pick here, and I'm sharing the public library uses Overdrive for ebooks, and the public schools also have it now. So we use Overdrive too. So they come out with these blog posts every once in a while. So they had one about having a dyslexic font. And this caught my eye because we made a video about one of our teachers who is dyslexic. So I thought, oh, I could share this with him. But then I thought I should share it with the whole faculty and the school and the parents, because you never know, And I never knew what it meant to be dyslexic, but now I can see this here where the words are separated with lots of space to help them read easier. No, I thought that was pretty interesting. And apparently there are a lot of other apps out there that also help with people with dyslexia.
So how does that work, Anne? Does it you say, oh, I want this dyslexic font, and then it goes to that font?
It says you tap on the middle of your device, and then you select from the option buttons which font you want. I didn't try it, but it sounds easy enough.
Yeah, that sounds really neat. That's a great find.
Yeah, okay.
Awesome. And Overdrive is used by all of the schools, correct? Or all of the libraries? Sorry.
No, the public schools, you have to elect to be a part of the pilot, and you have to pay out so many hundreds of dollars to be a part of it. It's not every school.
Mm-hmm. Is it worth it for you?
Well, I'm trying to promote it more. One of my teachers, she lives in Eva Beach, and she catches the bus to Kalani. So she's the biggest fan of it.
Neat.
We use her iPad on the bus,
That's cool.
Mm.
Well, if you get one person on it, and then they'll spread the word. That's how it works sometimes. That's neat. Great share.
Thank you.
Okay, Shane.
Yeah, all right. Let's, oops, is my muting on? There we go. Hello? There we go.
You're good.
All right, so my next share is just I hate the term time waster, but it's a reinforcement of geography concepts and trivia and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to screen share again. It's called Smarty Pins. It uses Google Maps and their slogan, putting trivia on the map. And I just noticed this. Linda and I were kind of playing with this a bit earlier, but Linda, I just noticed there's actually select a category. We were getting random questions, but if you wanted specific types of questions, you could pick just history and current events. But we're going to test Anne here since she hasn't played yet. So, Anne, we're going to start a game. The idea is to put the pin of the Google map where the answer to the question should be. So the home of Fashion Week in the Louvre and a million other postcard-ready landmarks. Where would that be?
Say that again.
The home of Fashion Week, the Louvre, and a million other postcard-ready landmarks. So where would be? That would be in Paris, no?
Right.
Not.
The Louvre is a big giveaway. It sounds like a trick.
I can't even find it. I'm terrible at geography, so
I am. Oh gosh.
trying
You
to look
don't.
for it on the
You
map.
don't
We already
even
ran
want
out
to
of
know.
bonus points, so let's see. Uh, I don't even see it on the map. This is terrible. I'm gonna put
The
it right
bad thing is
here.
these are random, right?
Yes, yes. I'm
Random
gonna put it right
questions
here.
you can't prepare ahead of time.
No. So basically, you drop your pin down. Are you sure this is where you want it? You submit the answer, and it says, "Oh, I was 241 miles away." And
Oh
you'll see
wow.
here, it's deducted from my 1,000 miles remaining. So now I didn't do so well on that one. We didn't do so well.
Wow.
Question number 2, history and events. This prison island is named after the Dutch settler Abraham Ricken. Any idea? Somewhere on the East Coast. It's Prison Island.
Prison Island.
I thought Alcatraz, but isn't that on the wrong side?
Yeah, Alcatraz is on the other coast. Is it Attica?
Attica, where would that be?
Attica is not an island, though.
Oh, okay.
Attica is a prison, but I don't know if it's an island.
Maybe
You're
it's
making us look really dumb, Shane.
I know, I'm not trying to. I'm gonna stick on this island over here. I don't know if there's anything in Connecticut.
Just look
Oh,
for an island.
there
Is
we go.
it Connecticut?
No, I don't know. Oh my gosh, it was actually New York. It was
Oh,
in Rikers Island, New York. Oh,
Rikers. Okay.
last
Is
one.
it?
Let's see, and then I'll stop sharing.
Oh my
Folks from this
goodness.
California city are called Angelinos. There you go. That's
Oh,
it.
that I know
Okay.
that one.
All right. So I'm thinking it's right here. So when we do really well, we get bonus points, plus we get nailed it, and we don't. So now we actually are gaining miles here. So it's a great
That's
way to teach
cool.
kids about trivia and the geography and using Google Maps and seeing how it works out. It's fun. I like playing it
Those are pretty
with my
hard. I
kids.
mean,
They were.
well, oh, well, I'm thinking, should they have a lesson first or a unit
Yeah.
before so
Well,
they kind of know what's what?
possibly. You know what we did when we were getting shown this? We actually were Googling the answers.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
but we were trying to Google it and get an answer before our bonus runs out because every second you lose more bonus points until you get no more
Oh,
bonus points. So,
so it's timed.
yeah. So this one is well, it's
Oh,
not timed as far as you answering it, but your bonus runs out. So
oh
this is how you would
gosh.
gain more miles, right? Well, you can't gain miles if your run bonus runs out. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. So it's Smarty pins.
Neat. That's fun.
Yeah, I put that in the show notes for you as well. So
Very good. And the show notes are bit.ly/grh for Google Rocks Hawaii 72 notes. Okay, I have a share that has to do with Google, and it is about the education on air coming up May 8th and 9th, and it is free. It's what you want to register because they'll send you all kinds of interesting things, and it's divided into 2 days, Conference Day 1 and Conference Day 2. Let me get my notes here on Conference Day 1. The Conference Day 1 will answer, they have a lot of speakers, one of which is LeVar Burton, Inspiring Learners with the Power of Storytelling. So if you click on it, it'll give you an idea of what it's all about. If you scroll down some more, there's Jenny McGarrett is going to be talking with, and I hope I don't butcher his name, Ryan Breitag, and they'll be talking about creating innovation in schools. And as you notice, for us Hawaii people, it's very early. So for the first day, it'll be 10 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 4 to 9 a.m. our time. So most of us, or a lot of us, aren't even awake by 9 o'clock. But luckily, they will be recording everything, and so you can go back and actually, yeah, I'm guessing this day will be recorded as well. But they're basically people speaking on different topics, and you can click on them. Now for preview of day 2, Okay, we'll take a quick look at what's in store for tomorrow. They actually have it divided up into these different aspects, collaboration or tracks or threads. Collaboration and community, computer science and STEM, creation and creativity. And these are all hangouts that are going to be happening. They're less than an hour. Digital citizenship, empowering students, feedback and assessment, Google tool tutorial, literacy, professional development, and success with devices. And if we were to explore the day's sessions, these there's going to be over 90 sessions, and they are divided by 4 groups. You can look at the educator track, which is all in blue. You can look at the administrator track, which is all in red, the IT track, information technology track, all in green, and anyone. So I believe, well, Michael Fricano is going to be presenting. And the one thing bad about this particular conference setup is you can't find it by presenter. So I kind of just, I think I got lucky, and I found that he is going to be presenting at, see, it's about research.
I think he's at 9.
He's at 9 o'clock.
Oh, sorry,
Okay.
8
8 o'clock. Oh, here it is. Okay. And I happen to know that this is Michael's specialty. He has done this particular session before, recognize the research process with Google Drive, and there he is. But I couldn't have found him by his name, which I think is sad. So I can add this to my calendar. It'll go directly to the Google Calendar if I want. I can access the session materials, and I've tried a couple of these. I don't know if Michael might have his up there. I'm not going to click on it. But what they are little holding tanks. So when the sessions are in progress or done, then I'm guessing that all of these will be more populated depending on what the presenter wants to do. Or you can, if I wanted to, I could copy this link to share that Michael is going to present. So it's very cool that he's going to be doing that. I wanted to point out, Shane, that they are the zombie apocalypse one is here.
Oh, really? Who's presenting that one?
Yeah, it's going to be, it's actually, let's see, let me see. It is, I'm looking at my notes here. It's in the anyone section, so I'm clicking on that. And it's at 9 o'clock. And let me do a Command F zombie. Okay, here it is. And it tells you if it's going to be a Google tool tutorial, what the level is. So you could actually do a search by elementary. You can do a search by the product. You can do a search by the kind it is. So we're going to click on that.
Just not by the name of the person.
Just not the name of the person.
Luke.
It is James Sanders.
Yes,
so
he's
we
awesome.
Shane and I feel very privileged because we were in this session that he gave. And so it's now available for anybody who wants to register. It's free. It's online. As I say, it's like 4 o'clock to 9 o'clock our time, so not very convenient. But if you do register, then you can make sure you get all the emails of when it's going to be archived and that sort of thing. The 9th for me is going to be a busy day at my school, so I won't be able to participate at all live. But I'm definitely interested in looking at the archive.
So you go to Education Air to register?
Yeah, it's education. It's actually in the show notes, but here it is. Actually, what I'll do is I'll put this on the chat for you. But it is on the show notes, the bit.ly.com. Let me stop sharing and let me put this in the chat for Anne. But also, the rest of you can actually go to the show notes, or you can type in Google Education on Air Conference, and chances are it'll take you to there. But yeah, it's a really nice way to catch up on what Google's doing. And I noticed that these topics like, for instance, a zombie apocalypse, that goes around, and more and more people are knowing about it, and different ways to, it spreads. It's kind of cool. So that pretty soon everyone. The neat thing about that zombie apocalypse, and I don't know if you remember, we were talking about it last week, is that it uses all of the Google apps, but not that you don't get tutorials on it. You just have to survive using the Google apps. So it's up to the group to survive. Yeah. Maybe that was when Chad came on. I'm not sure if you're on that or not, but it's very, very cool. Project-based.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Are we done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything
okay. I think so. Okay, we shared a lot. We shared 5 things today. So 5 things. Yeah. So very much appreciate Anne and Shane coming on. Anything else you want to add? That's something that might have popped up in your mind that you want to share?
I added in the show notes. So recently I was invited to come to Kauai.
Oh, sorry.
And
we had planned this. Well, hold on a second. Stop.
Okay.
Shane, what kind of hat are you wearing, Shane?
Yes, I'm wearing my code.org hat. So.
And why are you wearing it?
I'm wearing it because last week I was introduced by Hattie himself at a Kauai conference as the new Code.org affiliate for Hawaii. So, yeah, so Code.org training. I'll be doing all the Code.org training starting in August. So
congratulations, that's
Thank
huge.
you.
So that's for the entire state, right?
Yes, yes. So I'll be the only trainer in the state of Hawaii right now. So I added show notes for the links and stuff if anybody's interested in the 2 events that are currently up there. So.
Okay, neat. And so how would an educator or a school book you?
So there's a couple of ways. I put my email address, my code.org email address up there. So if you wanted your own event, you email me and we could arrange. You would host, that school would host the event, and basically you would help me to promote, get as many people as you can there. We're looking for between 20 and 30 people at each event. I would come, code.org would provide all the materials. It's free of charge. So basically the only thing that costs you is to open up the building for us, and we can either have, in my events I'll have my computers there, but if you bring your own, that's fine too. It's a bring your own device type of event. Code.org will provide you, there's on the link here you'll see there's I clicked on it and there's all kind of interesting stuff you get. So you get a curriculum guide, you get your certificate for your 7-hour training, access to the teacher dashboard, and in the offline materials they'll send you a set of offline materials so you can do that kind of coding as well. It's a great opportunity for everybody to start getting code into their classrooms and into their schools. We had 40 schools participate last year, and I'm kind of hoping I can help encourage that to be way more out of the 255 schools in Hawaii. So I'm kind of excited about that. Yeah.
So tell me, Shane, that this is absolutely free. Is that correct? Even if it's on Maui?
Even if it's on Maui. So actually, I can. We can have events on any of the islands, and yeah. So basically, code.org, it's free of charge to anybody who wants to have an activity. So.
Okay. So if I got a bunch of people together, not necessarily from my school, but maybe from.
If you wanted to host the event and just open it up to whoever you wanted to, and on Maui, yep, we could definitely have an event there. So
I want to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know if you know. I'm so bad with names. Let me see his name. He's on Maui actually. So Mike Purvis. Does that sound familiar? No.
Putting me on the spot here.
Yeah, no. He's anyway. I met him at this conference. He was actually doing the presentation, switching, and all the IT stuff behind the scenes. So, but he works at one of the schools there, and he was interested too. So, I'm sure we can get a couple events, on the islands, on other islands. I don't want to just say on Oahu, but for sure we could do Maui. We can do. I
definitely want to do it. I definitely want to set that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, have that available for people, because I know there'd be, interest if I have access to, if several schools could come, I'm sure they would.
My kids love it. We've been doing it this year, and they're just so enthused about coding. Just even seeing I walked by the other, actually, I walked by the other day on one of the kids, and they were drawing flowers, but they were so complex within the coding, I didn't even know how they were doing it. I had to go stop and look at all the code, and it's amazing the things that they're able to do.
So do you do it by level, or are you K5, or?
We're K6. So what we do
K6.
is we're going to get kindergarten on a little bit later, so they're going to start doing it. But we started this year with grades first grade and up. And the person who's helping me downstairs, she monitors those kids during that time period, and she said that one of her first graders has actually finished the entire course in a week. He was that enthused about the coding. He just kept going and going and going, and he finished all of these puzzles and all these complex things. It's pretty awesome considering how old he is, 6 years old, 7 years old, and able to grasp all that kind of stuff. So during the training, we'll actually not just we'll cover all 4 of the courses, and then we'll cover how to get into the dashboard. It's all hands-on.
Wow.
It's a lot of fun. So Michelle, who is in the questions, I see her flashing. She hosted one last year at her school, but Evelyn was the trainer, and Evelyn is actually moving to Florida, so that's why they needed a new code.org affiliate. And then when I applied this year, they just called me and said, yeah, definitely. So.
Okay. Thank you for reminding me to turn on the Q&A, Shane.
Yep. Sorry.
Okay, let me select it. I'm so bad. I need help here. So Michelle Colt is asking, Shane, could you submit a code.org mini training session at Kamehameha conference?
I can, actually.
Maybe the 411 behind the training, or a discussion, how to support teachers with implementation in addition to your Minecraft session.
Yeah. I had actually submitted a second session because I was going to do Lego stop motion videos as well, because I had done that for another presentation as well, with the iOS app, which has been, we've used it, and it's just awesome how easy it is to do all of the entire movie right there on the device. So I did submit that to Mimi, so I guess I could switch over and maybe just in addition to, I'll do the code, the Minecraft, and I'll do the Lego stop motion if I have to. So it'll be a busy day.
That is awesome. Are you such a great resource?
I have a question. So your training would be all day?
It's a 7-hour training. So you get a certificate for 7 hours, and then that gets you access to the curriculum book, which is a hard book, and a bunch of other stuff that'll help you implement. So, but at that point, you can then help your school implement as well. Or if someone gets really interested, you can have them come to the training as well. Yeah. The idea is that we want to get as many teachers actually in the course as possible. We want to get them hands-on activities and get them running their own, coding courses, and not just for code.org, but going beyond code.org as well. And of course, I do coding within Minecraft, and I do Scratch stuff. We do Kodu is another one where we've actually had kids make video games, 3-dimensional video games within Kodu, doing a simple coding which comes from a when and a do type of statements. So those are activities I do with my higher end kids that have gone through some of the courses already, and they understand the idea of looping and sequence and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
And Michelle says, yes, I love your Lego stop motion session. Yes, all 3, and or go to the unconference. I've registered. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
And you should register for the Are you going to the
I did register for the unconference. I'm just thinking we should do a librarian thing. Yeah, Michelle.
You mean as for a session there?
No, just have Shane come out for a hassle thing.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that's a really good idea.
That's an excellent idea. That would be great.
It actually is the system, because I've gone through the training, as far as a student and as well as seeing some other stuff. So they're flying me to Chicago to do all the official how to run their programs trainings and stuff. But going through the training, I think it's actually something that would really work in a media center or a library center, and the kids would love that opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Ooh, the wheels are turning.
Yeah.
And then one last comment from Michelle. She's asking about the Google sessions. I'm guessing that's about the conference. And yes, they will be archived, Michelle, so you can. And I'm hoping if it's like the one that I participated last year, it's available almost immediately, which is really nice. But be sure to register so you get all the emails and notifications of how that works. And Michelle says, definitely great idea, Anne, about the librarians. Awesome. Cool. Okay. Wow. And I almost forgot about the code.org thing.
That's okay.
That is huge.
It would be something I'd have to announce eventually. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm privileged that you brought it up, and we could talk about it today. I'm definitely going to follow up with you. In fact, I'm thinking I don't want to say it out loud because somebody's going to, preempt me. Oh yeah, that's a good idea, and then they ask you first, and then I'm out. So I have a time that I want to work with you on.
Definitely.
Okie dokie. So not sure what's happening next week. We may take a little break. But the week after, we're going to be doing something with some poetry reading, since it's April and it is Poetry Month. We might have some students on. I don't know if that's something you, Shane, or Anne, if any of your students are, if there's one or two, if there are one or two students who might want to come and read their work. It could be just a short haiku. It doesn't matter. It'd be kind of cool. But I'm hoping, I actually have not finalized this, but I'll say it out loud and hopefully it'll happen. Celebrate Reading Maui is having an event, and the head of that, Marnie Masuda, who works at UHMC, is going to be coming on and bringing some of her students, or some students, to read. So we're hoping for that. And we'll see if we come on next week, but not so much pressure. And one more question from Michelle for Shane. Shane, will you do a session on creating simple maps for newbies so we can move kids into a simulation and activity like you did with your GAFE session?
You mean, I'm assuming she means for Minecraft, building Minecraft maps? And
I don't know.
I think that's why, yeah, because she actually was, Megan and another teacher, a whole bunch of people actually came to the GAFE Minecraft session. I was overwhelmed with how many people showed up, because I was told there'd be maybe 10, 15 people, and ended up being almost 50 people in the room. So
You're talking about the Google?
The Google one, yeah.
Well, I did come there, and I had to move out because get out of the way.
Yeah.
People who really knew what they were doing were there. I said, okay.
Yeah. It was interesting for sure. Yeah, I would love to do something like that. If there was a system where we could, a situation where we could actually get together and design some maps. I've actually thought about doing in Linda's footsteps here, maybe trying to do some kind of a live share where we would, just build something quick and easy and within an hour, and possibly the end map result could be shared with everybody and they could try it out. I'd be interested.
Let's do that next week.
Yeah. We could. Yep.
On the show.
The week after that, I will be actually in California traveling with, I'll be gone for a week in California, going to, I think, 7 different schools and working as a teacher advisor for Minecraft EDU. And we'll be basically showing and exploring Minecraft EDU, Kerbal EDU, and GameStar mechanics with these schools. The very kickoff event will actually be at the Microsoft store in LA. So
Woohoo! That is
yeah,
fantastic.
it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. So
Great. I'm serious about the maps next week. What do you think about that?
Well, if we can get people to, if Michelle wants to come and she wants to build, and
We'll
we
have
get
to
people
get
inside.
That,
We'll have to work out some details for sure.
Yeah. Will it take up a lot of bandwidth? I'm not that, I don't know.
I've never actually tried it with a Google Hangout before. I know we've done just voice. You know, I'm guessing screen sharing might take a little bit, but when I was on first on Mike's show, we tried to screen share and it wasn't too bad. I think Michelle and Megan were there.
Okay, and Michelle says, really cool. What software would we need to create the maps? I see a session coming up next week.
Could be. I think we could get away with using a modified version of the Minecraft EDU client. We would just use the vanilla one, so it wasn't anything too crazy. I could maybe even convince Teacher Gaming to provide us with a server so we could connect to that instead of connecting to any one person's home, and that would provide us with the ability to just all connect flawlessly. So.
And you're good with this now, Shane, because I know you have so much to do. I don't want you to be stressing about it.
Like I said,
really
I'll try
cool.
to work out some details, and if Michelle wants to come and whoever else.
Yeah. No, and it'd be for everybody who sees it after as well.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Neat. Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty, I think we're done for tonight, and we do have a show next week. It's going to be called, we don't know yet, but it will have to do with map making with Minecraft.
We'll get Ann in there playing Minecraft.
I definitely am interested. I mean, I've been, the kids have been. I've been circling around them, and I still don't get it. I as an adult have a disadvantage. My age.
I think a lot of adults have have a block.
A block, yeah. We're not free like they are. They just seem to know it. Anyway, okay, we got a show for next week, and we have a great show tonight. Thanks for coming on, Shane and Ann. And we'll definitely do the discovery at the end. We're going to have that for next week. We have that as a regular feature because I think it's cool to keep up on random things that we might not have thought about. Okay, so we shall say hello for tonight and see you next week. Thanks, everyone. Bye.